here we are now with another episode of the Andrew Lake podcast. Today I'd like to talk about micro-meditation. I'd like to explain it to you. I'd like you to know about it. I'd like you to try it. I'd like you to experiment with it because it's helped me so much. And it really is a wonderful technique. So what is micro-meditation? Well, it's a meditation which is small. And mostly for us common folk who are into the path of meditation, if we can be considered common folk, we sort of have our ABC meditation practice, which is, I do 1 hour in the morning and that's my meditation practice. Or I do 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening, and that's my meditation practice. And that's great. That's wonderful. That's essential. That's absolutely essential. And then hopefully also you go on, some meditation retreats, or you have meditation intensives or awareness intensives. Or you say, I'm going to have a day off and I'm going to do 8 hours of meditation today. This will be my intensive for the month. And it's a bit of a leap. It really shows where you're at in your journey to be doing those sort of things. And how your values are changing and how your priorities are changing and how your routine is changing and shifting more towards meditation can be really seen in, how important is meditation to you. And it can come to the point where you realize, this thing meditation, it has to have a big part in my life because I get so much from it. I get so much juice from it. I feel more alive. My senses sharpen. My thoughts are more clear. My relationships are better. My feelings are deeper. My problems are dissolving. And the list goes on and on with the benefits of meditation. And yet you're thinking, I don't have time. How am I going to translate this experience? How am I going to translate this 1 hour in the morning or this meditation retreat into my life, into my normal daily life? And the best answer, here's the solution. It's micro-meditation. So it is exactly what it is. It is exactly what it is. It really doesn't need any explanation. It's a small meditation. And yet you do it more frequently. Which means, instead of doing 1 hour, do 30 seconds. And instead of doing 30 seconds once, that's not going to get you very far. Let's do it a couple of times throughout the day. And you can set reminders, or you can just do it at random. If you've got a certain inbuilt, if you're at a certain point, you can just remember yourself. And really, if you're taking it super far, if you want to take this to the extreme, you say, okay, I'm going to do 10 seconds of meditation between every single thing that I do. And this is like micro meditation. Ultra slim meditation. It's the fine detail of meditation, which means, you go out your room, so when you get to the door, you wait 10 seconds. You meditate for 10 seconds, then you open the door. Then you go to the bathroom, sit in the toilet, wait for 10 seconds. For some of us, you might have to wait for more than 10 seconds. But then you go to wash your hands, you wait 10 seconds. Then you turn on the tap. Then you go to dry your hands, but before you do that, you wait 10 seconds. Or you're in the kitchen, you're cooking a meal. Before you open the drawer, you wait 10 seconds. Before you go to the fridge, you wait 10 seconds. And actually, in the kitchen, see, this is a good example. In the kitchen, you're waiting between every action. Now you could think, Dosta, but I'm going to burn the meal. Something's going to go wrong. Well, actually, no. Because you can experiment with this in such a way as that you become more efficient. Because then you become you become so aware of your movements around the kitchen that it becomes more direct. And therefore you're moving less often for the same effect. And you're cleaning up the buzziness, the busyness. You're cleaning up the excess dabbling. And the best way to do this is through micro meditation. So you just pause. It's just a pause. That's all it is. Do something, pause. Do something, pause. Now, the most effective way to do this is to do it very, very often. And also there's one more component, which is very important, which is that you stay still. Stillness is the key. So imagine you're normally cooking your meals in the kitchen. What's happening there is a flow. It's like this movement. And you're going back and forth, and you might have some fidgeting or some washing or looking what's next or reading the recipe. Now, normally in that, there's basically no stillness. There's no stop. It's continuous. With micro-meditation, you want to break this up. You actually want to have these moments of still as a statue, don't move. And it doesn't look very different. It's not like you don't have to freeze in an awkward position. It's not like halfway through stirring the meal, halfway through turning the page of the book. No, you can choose the place to do it where it's actually quite natural. You want to insert these micro meditations into places which are quite natural. So don't think you're turning around, like you're not going around and then, oh, there's a skip on the CD, and then pause the movie and then press play and then, and now he moves. No, it's not like that. It's not a street performer. It's not what do you call those? You're not being a mime on the street doing a show. And actually that's a good answer to the question, well, what if I look funny, just standing there doing nothing? Well, you'll find if you keep these meditations short, that they begin to smooth out and you can place them into certain situations where you don't look any different at all. You really don't seem to be doing anything. And then you can say, well, what meditation technique should I do? Like, should it be a Vipassana or a body scan or a neti-neti or an inquiry or a contemplation? Which technique to use? And the answer is you don't really need a technique. This technique is enough. To just pause is enough. To just remember to stop is enough. So it's micro-meditation. The meditation is micro-meditation. And this can work wonders for translate. You can get so much growth out of this. You can get so much growth out of this because the whole trick with meditation is, on the one hand, you have your 1 hour in the morning, which is just 1 hour, and you have certain experiences within that hour, but then you go off to the rest of your day, and there's a separateness. And you can get that 1 hour really, really good in the morning, especially if you're doing it at the same time, and some really great stuff can happen. But that can just open up this great contrast between your meditation and the rest of the day and the rest of your life. And the currency, the only currency of meditation, or maybe not the only currency, but maybe one of the main things is, well, how do you translate? How do you bring it across? How do you bring it into the rest of your life? How do you bring the experiences of your meditation into the rest of your life so that your whole life is meditation? So you feel the magic that you found all the time. And this is the answer. The answer is micro-meditation. So really, you want to be doing this. Experiment with trying to do this like 50 times a day. And pick specific scenarios as well, like cooking in the kitchen. And really test this out. Don't be skeptical of, oh, I'll burn the meal, or I need to time the meal. You'll find, see the intuition, it's the opposite. You actually find you're more clear, because then you'll have a moment to be really sure about what needs to go next into the dish. You won't have this moment of, oh, I forgot the chili, or oh, I should have put the onions in at a different time, or whatever the recipe is. Because you're more aware, you're more clear in your movements and your navigation around the kitchen and your thinking and your foresight of what's coming next. So that's micro meditation, and it's very, like so many meditation techniques, it's very simple to explain and yet very powerful. I mean, the trick is, how do I illustrate how powerful it is? And what can I say to you that you will understand its importance? What can I say to you that you will actually feel, oh, this is of value, I really want to try it? I mean, I can tell you all the success I've had with it. I can tell you how great it's been for me. Maybe that will convince you. Or I can tell you, so-and-so guru, some famous guru invented this technique. I don't know if that would help you, really. And it's not really, I guess I've invented it, but it's not really, like, you can't really invent a meditation technique. They're sort of just there for everyone. So I don't know if I really want to say that I invented it. It's just something that I thought. I mean, I thought it up on my own, but I'm sure there's other people that have discovered this and worked this out. Maybe not quite in this way, but back to the point. Like, what can I do for you to realize that you really should try this? You really do need to give it a go. Because I really hope you get the juice that I got out of it. And in many ways, this meditation, it's sort of an advanced meditation, because you do have to have, this is not for beginners. Like, if you've never done 1 hour in the morning every day, then you're still a beginner. So don't start with this. If you're a beginner, start with just 1 hour in the morning every day for a year. And that's the beginner's ABC sort of meditation introduction. So you have to have at least some experience for this to work, for you to really understand its importance. So I don't want to yarp on too long, because then it's too much like a soapbox. So let's keep this as a micro episode. This is a pretty short episode compared to some of the episodes we've had recently. So there's been some really long ones. So let's just finish up right now with a few minutes of silence. And that's all I have to say for now.